One of legal counsel of Mazi Nandikalu, one of the lawyers wey dey call Maxwell Okpara, I say this our brother don cry come outside to tell Tinubu say if they think say nothing dey happen for inside Saturday, say make him come in village. He say police station and the magistrates court and other government facilities wey dey for him village everywhere don shut down. He said the police show they don't carry out their their everything, run, abandon the station. Where did they say soldier go, soldier come? For inside that barrack now, they say soldier go and nobody come again. As it be like this now, they say that one of Afrobeat international and the local musician, the person wey they call his name, everybody now, na great legend international will be Burna boy. Burna boy don't shocktalize the president Bola Ahmed Tinubu with his speech where he make come talk say Nigeria na in fact the country wey they call Nigeria is not meant to be country, that is meant to call is a company by royal company by British. The guy don't scatter the whole table. We go play on the video more na hear am as it dey happen. As it be like this now, they say Femi kayode, yeah, Femi don't come break another table. Join am upon the one way Burna boy. Although this video was made long time ago, but everything he said in this video is happening. And also tell the Nigerian government to go and give a heavy apology to Igbo people for massacring over 3 million Igbos or 5 million Igbos. We know say that they bring the number down, but it's more than millions. So you don't tell them say may they go give the Igbos apology. If not, nothing they will do to make Nigeria work. And this is the narrative that the Nigerians are running away from. However, I'm going to bring the videos for you. May you watch before we come back and continue. Watch the video of the Okpara village, how police everywhere take abandon their barrack, court, everything run because of the insecurity where they gone on for a southeast. Now watch the video.
We are talking about the effect of sit at home. Mr. President Tinubu, we are talking about the effect of sit at home. This is a police station in my community, Amusi. Now the police officers here, the men and police officers here have deserted. They have deserted. Now that place is now bush. The police officers in this particular division has deserted. Look at the road leading to the police station. Look at the road leading to the police station. You can see the road leading to the police station. You can see the road. You can see the road leading to the police station. You can see how bushy it is. You can see the road leading to the police station. You can see how bushy it is. This is the road. This is the road leading to the police station. You can see how bushy the road is. You can see how bushy the road is. The road is. Now look at the police station. Look at the police station. Look at the police station. Now you can see the police station. You can see that the police station is under lock and key. This is my community in a house in the local government area of Imo. This is my Amos community. Look at the police station. Come. Video, you can see the police station. Video inside. You can video is from here. Look at the police station. You can see how bushy it is. You can see how bushy it is. You can see how bushy it is. Now these are the effects of sit at home. This is the effect, insecurity, as a result of keeping Nandekalo in that DSSS. Releasing Nandekalo so that there will be peace. You can see one of them. The police officers here have run away. This place is now insecure. No police station, nothing. No, this is a money used government built with nobody here. Is that the way of ruling a country? Those who are with you, they are deceiving you, releasing Nandekalo so that there will be peace. This is the judiciary, the courts. Come closer. This is the court. The judiciary, the customary court in Amuzi here. This is the customary court in Amuzi here. Now the community now built this customary court and gave it to the government to be where they are using to be running a customary court. But because of insecurity, my dear brother, look at everywhere is deserted. That's the court. Everywhere is deserted. You can see that nobody is here. The chairman of the customary court said that this place is insecure. This is one of the effects of sit at home. One of the effects of keeping Nnamdi Kanu in the DSSS. Because we believe that when Nnamdi Kanu is being released, nobody will have any reason of causing trouble in the village. Nobody will have any reason of calling for sit at home. People are the judge, the customary court judge, and the staff. They have to run for their dear life. So everything is in comatose. Nothing is happening. Mr. President Tinubu, release Nnamdi Kanu so that there will be life, so that things will start moving, so that the judiciary will start working. These are the things we are asking. You cannot be keeping him there. Keeping him there will not help matters. So these are the issues we are talking about. That is the effect of sit at home. I simply came to witness it by myself. Thank you very much. Release Nnamdi Kanu.
Welcome back as you have watched that video. Now don't hear Barrister Maxwell Okwara also tell Tinubu government to release Nnamdi Kanu so that he can bring peace to Southeast as he stand. But the truth of the matter is that this government do not want peace in Southeast. But what is happening in Southeast now is going to shockatalize Tinubu. Keep holding Nnamdi Kanu, but the day the people will arise, you that know how to judge, they do this one, but prepare what you will say, because you will say it. The Igbos has come in peace, but you people do not want that peace. So when they come in pieces, also welcome the pieces, because this is not 90 where people committed genocide against the Igbos during the war. No, it is not then. We are everywhere. When we mean we are everywhere and in millions in number, you can't intimidate us anymore. So my people, na so it be, and I will say more bring and come give now. But we hear wetin Burna boy talk about Nigeria government.
Supposed to be Nigerians in the first place.
Wow.
We were the Royal Niger Company. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So we're basically a company for the British to take resources and blah 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 and go for Britain.
Right.
You understand?
Yeah.
And then somewhere along the line, the company decided to buy the whole place and amalgamate it.
Right.
Yeah. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, the people that sell the place and the people that buy, to them are the winners. The rest of the people are what?
Right.
Collateral damage.
This is a truth that everyone do not want to say, and Burna Boy have said it. We have been saying in this channel for a very long time that Nigeria is not a country, as it's not created by the Yorubas, by Hausa, by Bini, or by the Igbos, by the Soko, by the Asia, by the Niger Delta, by all the whole ethnic group in Nigeria. Nobody created Nigeria, but it's a business set up by the Britain, so that they will extract everything, every mineral resources we have in our land and take it to better their place. Where me and you are paying millions to go today and look for a greener pasture over there. So that is what Nigeria is created for. It never made for betterment of me and you. So you that is saying this one or that one, that Nigeria is going to be good, or when this person enter is going to be good, you are deceiving yourself. You see, from today, know that you are deceiving yourself. Just know the truth and have peace of mind. Because when you have this peace, you will know that protest cannot change anything in Nigeria. You will know that even though you like carry everything, scatter so that you can't change everything, they will come back again. But the only thing that can solve this whole situation is everybody have to come to round table. If we were to create a country, then we'll name the country of our own name. and choose official language from this whole language we have in Nigeria, make it our official language, and the country will move forward. Second option, there is no other thing. If I know that the first option will not work, so the second option is let every ethnic group join who they want to join, and let the country split. Let the country split. Everybody be on your own and do your own thing. That is the only solution to end this hardship, to end this reckless killing, reckless extorting by the police. That is the only solution that Nigeria have. So if you think otherwise, that things will get better, Tinubu is going to fix Nigeria, you will get old. Your children will continue where you stop to talk. So I want you to watch this video by Femi. Just watch the video.
So, do you want me to be honest or just speak, political correctness here? But I choose to be honest with you. I choose to be honest with you. And for me to be honest with you, I have to go back a little bit. But let me start with the situation that we're facing in this country today. If you believe that those that are in power in Nigeria today would ever contemplate the possibility of giving power to an Igbo man in 2023 or thereafter, then you still haven't fully understood the challenge and the problem that we have in this country today. You need to understand that the mindset of some of these people, not all, some, but those that Buhari represents, that is his own clique within the Fulani ruling class, not all Fulanis, but his own clique, who are in power today. Their mindset is that the most dangerous people in this country and the people that they must suppress more than any other are the people of the Southeast. And you need to understand that before the Civil War, and I need to go back in history because that's a damn good question and it deserves a clear answer, a thorough answer. Let's go back a little bit. Before the Civil War, these same people, he, for example, was active then. And you need to remember the role that they played on the night of July 29th, 1966, when the Northern Officers counter coup took place. And 300 Igbo officers were killed in one night, including an Igbo head of state. He was involved. And many of them that are running this country in that cabal today were involved or he supported it. They said it was to pay back for what had happened in January 15th, 1966. Now, after that, what happened? The same people unleashed their people on Igbo civilians in the northern part of this country, and the figure that is often cited is 30,000 were killed. It's not true. Closer to 100,000. Not only were they killed, people, women had their stomachs cut open, and little babies were pulled out and their heads were dashed against the wall. That is what they did then in 1966, before the Civil War. And the Igbos were slaughtered like flies all over the north by these same people. They went rushing back to the east, where they believed they were safe. And the position was this. The leader of the core northern Muslims within the army, Murtala Muhammad, urged Gawan, who was head of state, to march on the east immediately and wipe out the Igbos. Gawan, to his credit, refused to do that and said, no, let's negotiate. And the negotiations started. They broke down, then there was a civil war. In that civil war, 3 million Igbos were killed by federal forces. They were killed by all of us. I'm from the Southwest. I take responsibility for that, as every other Nigerian ought to. Civilians, not soldiers. 3 million, including 1 million children, subjected to genocide, subjected to mass murder, subjected to ethnic cleansing by us. The war ended. We did not apologize. Instead, what did we do? What did we do? We took all their property in the name of abandoned property. We gave them £20, even if they had $1 million in the bank. And we said, come back, no victor, no vanquished. Biggest lie from the pit of hell. There was a victor and there was a vanquished. And we all know who was who. They came back into Nigeria. and we reintegrated them. But even with all the reintegration, no Igbo man could be trusted to be General Officer Commanding GOC until Obasanjo came to power in 1999. Igbos were not allowed to rise up within the military or in any power configuration in the country. It was something that was understood, that you never put an Igbo man in a position of real power. You can give him appointments, but you don't put him in a position of real power. Okay. Obasanjo came, made General Abiaku, I think his name was, GOC. And then from there, Jonathan came, he appointed an Igbo Chief of Army Staff. Okay? Yes. My wife is reminding me of the name, Ehejireka. You know, he appointed an Igbo Chief of Army Staff. Okay? And we thought things would go on that way. There would be a reintegration of the Igbos. And Obasanjo integrated many Igbos, people like Obiezekazili, and Uba, so many came in and playing key roles, key positions. We thought things would get better. And unfortunately for us though, in 2015, everything changed because Nigerians elected, in quotation marks, a man that had, again, I say it again, a different worldview and went back to the pre-1966 disposition and mentality of things. And that position was that Igbos cannot be trusted. Igbos have no rights. Igbos are members of the, he called them 5%, I believe, that didn't vote for him. And his mindset was he will teach Igbos the lesson of their lives. And he has done precisely that. If the killings had stopped then, I would have said, okay, fine. Everything we've said is history. But sadly, it didn't stop. Igbo youths, IPOB youths, Igbo nationalists have been killed under this government. More have been killed than at any other time during this, apart from during the Civil War, under this government. Igbos have been hopelessly marginalized by the government. Igbos have been treated with contempt by this government. Not just Igbos, Southerners, Christians, and Middle Belters. They've added that one as well. And that's what's going on. And what the Igbos was subjected to by all of us in 1966 is what we are all being subjected to now by those that are around Buhari. Now, going to your question, given all that, before I come to that, let me just add this. IPOB says they want to have a referendum. They want the right to self-determine. And you label them as terrorists when none of them has ever carried a gun, as far as I'm aware. I was in prison with Nnamdi Kanu. I had extensive discussions with him. I got to know him. I understood his mindset, and I could feel his pain for his people. Yet they say they want to have a referendum. You say they're terrorists. Meanwhile, those that are butchering our people every day in the name of ethnic domination and hegemony, in the name of furthering the ambitions and the aspirations of Usman Dan Fodio and Sa'amadu Bello and Buhari himself, the three Mahdis, you don't call them terrorists. You pat them on the back, you refuse to arrest any of them. And you say what they're doing is okay. You encourage them, okay? And the same you, free Boko Haram terrorists, the same you once said that you want to apply Sharia all over the country. The same you said Muslims should only vote for Muslims. The same you says an attack on Boko Haram is an attack on the North. The same you has said so many things which implicitly are on line and on all fours with the Boko Haram philosophy. These are the people that have been ruling us for 5 years. And the same you has empowered the Fulani to a point that they have everything now. And you really believe that those people in 2023 will sit down and say that they will allow a situation to arise whereby the one they hate the most can possibly take power in this country? They will not allow that to happen. Now, if you ask me what I think that would be the way forward as an individual. That if you really want to appease the Southeast, indeed the people of the South, why on earth not? Why shouldn't we have that? But the reality is that those that control the levers of power are diametrically opposed to that philosophy. They don't pretend not to be. They will never deny it. And they're not even hiding it. So they won't allow that to happen. What they will tell you at the very best is possibly will give vice presidency to the Southeast. And in a situation like that, if they did that, and the northern president came to power, and something happened to him, I assure you they will never let an Igbo man take power. It's their mindset. Even the one that's there now, the Yoruba man that's there as VP. If anything happens to Buhari, I doubt very much they'll let him take power. The position that they have adopted is that power must remain in the north, in perpetuity for as long as possible. And they have rationalized it over and over again. So that's the situation that we're in. But left to me, two things. The first thing is this. That would go a long way to heal the wounds of the past. An apology for what we did to the Southeasterners and to the Igbos during the Civil War. Secondly, proper compensation and reparations for what we did to them. Thirdly, that would go a long way to heal the wounds of the past. An apology for what we did to the Southeasterners and to the Igbos during the Civil War. Secondly, proper compensation and reparations for what we did to them. Thirdly, to now openly come forward and say, let an Igbo man be president of Nigeria. Because they've never had an elected Igbo, we've never had an Igbo man leading us with power. Let it happen. That is what I would suggest. That's the first one. The other one is this. If it is, you can't do that. And if it is, that the time for that has passed, because many Igbos will tell you, particularly those that share the philosophy of people like Nnamdi Kanu and even Masop philosophy, they will tell you they're not interested in that anymore. Then the other thing you can do is say, allow them to determine their own future, just as the people of Scotland were allowed to determine theirs, just as Britain, the United Kingdom, was allowed to determine hers when it came to Brexit, just as so many other countries in the world, through a referendum and exercising their right of self-determination. And I think that would make far more sense than to say just give them an Igbo presidency, which you and I know is not likely to happen. Let me end with this, okay? We are approaching 2023. Some in the Southwest, specifically Bola Tinubu, believes that his party will field him. I will tell you this today. He has made the biggest mistake of his life. They will not support him. Their position is to keep the presidency in the North. And even if he manages to clinch the nomination for the APC, they will now shift their support to another party that will field a Northern candidate. Mark what I'm telling you today, because I've been right 9 times out of 10 when it comes to these predictions. I've been right. And I'm telling you, I'll be proved right again. That is the mess that we're in this country. So your aspirations are legitimate. You have every right to have an Igbo president. It will be a good thing for this country, for the people of the East, and indeed for the people of Africa. But those that believe they own Nigeria will not allow it, they will not accept it, and they will not create a level playing field for it. And that's the reality.
Do you know one thing I like about everything he said there? He said it and also concluded it. And what is the conclusion? That Nigeria will never allow this, they will never succumb to it, and they will never do it. Everything he said, and that is the main game. They will never and never. Instead of that to do it, they will be looking for a way to imprison more Igbos when they speak out. But you cannot kill ideology. Anybody who is talking, Biafra will not come, this one will not come, nothing will happen, Igbo must go, blah, 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 blah. The Igbos you know before are not the Igbos you know now. Yes. Before we may be 20 million, but now we are more than 70 million. If you don't know that, know it now. If you want, go and do census and you will find out. And these people you see now, fearless. Fearless people you are seeing currently. So, you people cannot take us on our way anymore. The truth of the matter is that there is no solution in Nigeria problem. Nobody, even Peter Obi, Anybody you bring it, come in. Even Nnamdi Kanu emerge as a president of Nigeria cannot fix the Nigeria problem. Today, as I'm speaking, the only solution is there must be a round table of creating our own Nigeria that we want, with the constitution that will favor everybody. Nobody will be superior more than the way the North seek that they hold the power, and the power is for the North. So we'll create a country where everybody will own by nobody. A country that will favor everybody. A country that when you come to issue of presidency, they will not be looking of tribe. We have popularity. We have land largest. This one. We have more local government. We have more units. All those nonsense. That this will only happen when Nigerians come together to create their own country. As presently, the British. Can somebody like Tinubu be president in Britain, in America, in France? It can never happen. Even Joe Biden there today, America are regretting it hardly. They are. So somebody like Tinubu, they know that yes, Tinubu will work for them because they have some record they have at their hand, and they have things to blackmail. Look at selling a whole country, their assets, their property are being sold all over the world. You guys are not ashamed. What you will come outside in social media, itikokbo. When I mean itikokbo, head blocks will come to social media to rant about the Igbos, to talk nonsense about it. When I look at people that are saying this thing, they don't even reach a half quarter of any indigenous Igbos. I see them talking. Fools. Could you imagine? Sometimes I get pissed off of water because we claim that we are wise, we are educated, but when you come to think, or when you check it, you will see that the interests are too much in the country. Fools. They are too much. That is why the youth can't even manage, can't even hold on what is happening in Kenya. They can't hold it. It can't happen. They will bring one word, everybody will start talking like a dog that sucked a woman's breast. My people, I bet more than share this video. And Nigeria has no solution than integration. Give the Biafrans what they are asking for. Let them take their future in their hand and build a greater nation for their own children. Do whatever you want to do as a Nigerian and leave the Biafran people to go. But if you want to go it in a violent way, you guys are going to regret it, because that is not that war. You think you have everything. I see one guy talking last time. He say, Nigeria have this, they have that. What did the Igbos have? When it started, we know that the Igbos have times 20 of what the Nigeria even have. Share this video for more updates.